You want the IRS involved in your health care? Well, like it or not, that is what's going to happen with the implementation of Obamacare later this year. Our next guest is trying mightily to change that. Here is Congresswoman Diane Black, Republican, Tennessee. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now,
you're very well. Thank you for having
I know that you share the feelings of many of our viewers that you are outraged at the idea of the IRS having access to our personal health details. Okay, got that. But what can you do to stop it? Can you actually get the IRS out of Obamacare? Can you do it?
Well, the first thing I'd like to do is absolutely repeal this awful bill. We obviously know there are a lot of things that are going to happen that are not good for our healthcare system in this bill. But aside from that, there is a provision in Obamacare that says the IRS is going to have unprecedented amounts of our personal information. Look, they can't take care of just giving 501c3s to people.
Can you stop it, Congresswoman? I'm sorry. I want to know. Can you stop that? I know you're going to, in the House, I know the House will vote to repeal Obamacare in its entirety. I don't think that will go anywhere in the Senate, and the President would veto it if it got through. But what can you do? Get IRS out of Obamacare.
It's a very good question, and I think that the scene right now here in Washington is that not only are we Republicans upset about this, but I can see people that are on the other side of the aisle that are saying, hey, look, we don't want this to happen to us either. And so it perhaps is a good time for us to talk about what can we do to hold accountability in this organization that is going to have this unprecedented amount of information. I'm working on a bill right now to say that if this, and this is not done by the IRS, then they cannot get this information and they cannot handle this personal information that would be given to them as a result of the Obamacare.
As things stand, next year, when I make out my tax return, I believe that next year, on that return, I've got to tell the IRS where I've got my health insurance, what I'm paying for it, and a lot of other details about my health insurance. That's the way things will be unless you can, and the rest of Congress can change it. Am I right?
That's correct, and that is what I'm working on right now, is to make sure that even if information still is going to go to the IRS, that we're going to have some confidence that that information is going to be held confidential, and that people who do anything outside of holding it confidential are going to be held accountable for that.
I didn't tell our audience, but I believe you were an ER nurse. Is that correct, ma'am?
I am a former ER nurse, yes I am.
So you know what you're talking about, and we're delighted to speak to you. Would you please come back? We do want you to come on back and give us a progress report on what you're trying to do to get the IRS out of Obamacare. Come on back, please.
Well, we'll do so. We're only at the tip of the iceberg on this. We've got a lot more research to do. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.